You're about to listen to something and you'll see how me and my crew here in the room manifested throughout it something that we think is a ridiculous piece of content. I think you'll be seeing a bunch more. This is a Reddit Q&A session, and I think we'll be doing more Q&A sessions across other platforms and more Reddit as well over time. I hope you enjoy it. Audio. Enormously passionate about audio. Believe that podcasting and Alexa skills and the Google Home platform, I believe that audio is gonna save humans time, which is why it's super valuable. And it is not only my number one, but it's my number 2 and 3 trend that I'm obsessed with. You need to get your music heard. So the best way is to actually make good hip hop music. Because if your product sucks, you're finished. But if we assume that you're good, I would reach out and DM on Instagram every person that creates content and offer your music for free to them to be playing in the background so that you can siphon their audience's awareness to hear your music, and for them, they're getting the music asset that may make their videos better. You have to bring people value. I let 0 minutes waste. You know, one of the things, there's a lot of, you don't have to type this part, but like, I guess this is for this, and just, I like the new faces. Like, the thing that I think you learn pretty quickly is like, wait a minute, this is even more ridiculous than I thought. It's just basically fucking 15 straight hours every minute. Like, where the fuck is, like, when does he drink water? Like, when does he take a piss? Like, when does he eat something? I don't. Like,
you're a robot.
But I'm a robot. But like, the punchline is like, that's it. Now that's my bar. Like, I don't even expect anybody to reach my bar. But the reality is, the results are correlated to the work.
Do they have to create their own tasks for themselves?
If they're that kind of person. You know, I've definitely maximized my efficiency by having a full-time assistant where I like was like, where I, it was, or like, I don't even have, I'm a complete slave to my calendar, which I am then the boss of through my assistant, which then forces it to be maximized every minute.
Meaning there's always something to do if they create it.
If you were watching a YouTube video for 11 minutes randomly in a day, you've already wasted more time than I have any day for the last fucking 5, 7, 9 years. Like, that's it. Go ahead. I would have gone out a couple times and hooked up.
Yeah. This is a big one. Gary,
I'm serious, man. I'm pissed.
Thursday night. I know what E-Rob's doing.
You got a date?
Ah!
It's been sliding into the DM.
Swiping right now. What do you think I got Apple for?
For myself, that I have the stunning, my funeral will be attended by far more people than anybody realized. That's for me. For my company, that I build one of the great entrepreneurial media business empires of all time. And for the world, that it continues to do what it's doing, which is at a macro, it always, always, always is better than it was the day before, even if the headlines trick you into not believing that. It will be far bigger than most people think in 5 years. Billions and billions and billions and billions. Put 4 billions. 5. In 10 years, it will be understood and be trillions and trillions and trillions of business. In 20 years, I don't know, but it'll probably start feeling like television, which is trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars, but not as effective as it's going to be over the next 20 years. It will be a mature market, which means it will be priced appropriately or more likely overpriced. To try as many things as possible and get into the yes business instead of the no business. They've decided what they're not gonna do or what they can't do instead of focusing on what they could potentially do. Some good ass content. Right? This is gonna be an awesome podcast.
Hell yeah.
What's up, podcast? You know, I'm not sure when I've really talked about college ambassadors. I mean, the punchline here is being like influencers with audience or influence or attention is what I trade on. And so what I'm looking for is to give that person value that they value and to extract value that I value where both parties are happy. The thing I love about influencer marketing, the thing I love about influencer marketing is that influencers go out to dinner with their friends and they laugh at the person that just paid them $3,000 to put a picture on Instagram, and the people that are best at it go out to dinner that same night and laugh that that person posted it on Instagram for $3,000. That was fucking cool, actually. Well, I don't outsource work.
There you go.
I haven't dug fully into it, but intuitively, Medium and Ev Williams, the guy behind Medium, is something I would bet on every day of the week. So when I get around to like digging a little further, my intuition is I'll find something I like, and holistically, I like Medium a lot. Actually, that's one of the things I'm most excited about, is getting that game going again.
I'm ready.
Good, I can tell. I think it's still important if you can produce great written content. I stopped because I didn't have a writer on my team, but now I do. Perfect timing. I'm about to fucking explode on my blog. That's a great Reddit question, but a shitty question to ask me because it's not something I think I can actually answer. I'm not sure. The truth is, the reason I love Q&A is because I want to bring more value to other people. And a lot of people do Q&A so that they ask them questions that brings that person value. And I think that's fucked up. Yeah, you can, I mean, I am completely driven by the chip on my shoulder as well. I love doing it to stick it to people who slept on me. But I also do it, I do it out of the guilt and the gratitude I have for the talents I was given. 100%. I am completely and utterly blown away. I just basically think I'm no different than LeBron or Beyonce, right? I was given something for real. And so now I feel guilty and grateful. So I have to do it for the game. 100%, I have to stay alive.
Respect.
Brandon Warnicki, Brandon Warnicki, yep, is my best friend and is the best thing I ever did at Wine Library. That's my answer. My home screen is mainly social sites. And Nuzzle, and my calendar. And the home screen that I most want is the collective home screen of every 15-year-old in America.
Why?
Because I want to know what one or two things they're doing that I don't understand yet, that then I can manifest into theses that will bring me opportunity. A bunch of words together. That made a lot of sense to me, actually, weirdly. That was such a, you know why I reacted that way? That's so the truth. Moving on. I don't pander to negativity. I don't care about money. I do recommend it if your ambition speaks to it. What I mean by that is, if you want big things, you have to be able to take the risk of wasting your time, because the upside is if tomorrow Snapchat comes out with a feature that crushes it and gets super hot again, everybody who jumped off of Snapchat because of Instagram stories is gonna be sad. And that's what happened to a lot of people with Facebook. Facebook had a lull back in like 11, you know? And so, yeah, I recommend it based on your ambition, based on your skill, right? If you can't write, then it's hard to be good at Medium and blogging, right? Like, but I'm a big fan of buying in your strengths. So whether it's audio, video, or written word, you gotta pick one of those. If you're capable of all of them, if you have the capability and the ambition, all of them. What's so cool about that is it's my actions speak to my words, right? Like, look what I've done. I built crazy infrastructure over the last year around that. Now, it took me 8 years to be able to even afford the first person. 8 years. 8 years I did everything.
Should someone go all in on one platform?
I'm not against it, but I sure don't like the feeling of being vulnerable to a platform. It'd really suck if Facebook decided tomorrow to make Instagram's organic reach 1%. Not for me, because I've siphoned the value of brand out of them. I'm not at the mercy. That's why I don't think that everything has to be my email. I'm not at the mercy of the platform because I'm not transactional. I don't sell that way. It's not about how many views this photo is gonna get for this sneaker shout out. It's that I'm Garyvee. I built a brand. I personally use doing. By creating and putting out and then watching what happens, I use my intuitive nature to figure that out. A lot of other people use hardcore analytics. I believe that analytics oftentimes tells you what already happened, not what to do next. I think the interpretation of the streets and analytics and word of mouth and a quick conversation, my intuitive nature is why I've been successful, because I'm feeling what to do next, not quantifying what happened before. By executing. By spending all your time in worrying about everybody accepting you in the industry before you've done anything and blaming it on your age is horseshit. I mean, Kobe and LeBron were 18. They got the NBA to pay attention because they executed. And other 18-year-olds that came straight out of high school didn't. It's just the fucking results. The quickest way to tell somebody's a loser is if they're blaming it on something, especially their age. By learning how to say yes and no. And what that means is you're only a pushover if you allow it. I think my leverage, I think it's the ultimate leverage to be able to give more and always give more and always give more. And learn how to take, not at the expense of the people you're giving or you know who you're giving, but to the macro of it all, like the overall karma and practicality. I'm willing to give to somebody left and right just because I know what they're saying behind my back is most likely to be quite positive, that could manifest in a different way. It's not transactional with them. I don't look at anybody here transactionally, I look at it as a macro. No. Very zero. I'm uncomfortable with it because I'm deadly competitive and I feel like I don't want to be a hypocrite and make pretend that I'm friends with them. I'm cordial because I think respect is real, but don't get it twisted. If you compete with me, I want to slice your fucking throat. Madden. By not trying to convince them. Just go to as many of them until one of them just believes you without you convincing them. Never sell people. Selling the unsellable is the stupidest strategy of all time. The health of my family. To realize how lucky they are that they realize they should start over, or how lucky they are that they were forced to start over at an age where they're still a fucking baby. Man, I'm telling you, I've been hot on this. I know a lot of you guys know my content. Like, I'm looking at you guys, especially the new dudes in here. If you guys if you guys knew that I actually think you're my friend and we're the same age, it would fuck with you at a level that you would not believe. If you actually knew that I just think like we're friends, like this is normal, like, right? Like, but I remember my cousin is only 8, you know Bobby, right? Jake, Bobby's only 8, my cousin's only 8 years older than me. When I got out of school at 22, he was in the liquor store too. He was the manager. He was 30, I was 22. I thought this motherfucker was so old. I'm like, this dude is fucking old. Like, right? So like I sit here and I'm 41 and some of you guys are this age and I'm like, holy shit. They must think I'm so old. And I think we're friends. It's crazy. It's crazy.
What is it about you that?
Oh, by the way, where I was going with that was, then you would kick into patience. Like you would buy what I'm selling blindly. If you knew that it felt that way, and you could do everything you wanted, hook up with girls, like have fun, go to things, like if you knew that it doesn't go away, that actually gets more leverage. If you knew, you would fucking eat patience instead of fucking spit it out. I don't know. Let's go around. Tyler?
What is it?
What about me frustrates you? Tell the truth.
I'm trying to think. What about
Who's
you
got something?
frustrates me?
Go ahead, Sid.
Getting time with you.
Yeah, that's for sure. That I know for fact. I'm the bottleneck. I'm the bottleneck, and access to me is a real challenge.
Like it's funny how you have like 5 FaceTime calls with 60-second club winners, yet someone on your team is like ready to get 1 minute with you. You know.
That's exactly right.
So
I think about that all the time. That I have more time for things that perceive to be not as important because I'm pulling from opposite directions. It's really interesting how it manifests, right? It's so fucking everything's counterintuitive. For most, right? It's that's why I know that's why I don't get hyped on myself. I just got the wiring that just wanted to go left when everybody goes right. That's it, there's nothing else. It's my normal. Just like other people's normal is like, this is what you do.
It's in the entrepreneur article. Everything you've done is predicated on people laughing at you on the upfront.
I love that feeling, man. I love when people think I'm wrong. That's when I know I'm so fucking right. Believing in my intent. That's the real answer. You're gonna die.
That's true.
It was so funny that it happened that one time. Have you guys seen? Some of you guys saw that clip? Do you know what I'm talking about? I was leaving a conference and it was like real, like fucking like rocks. It was the first time I like got my mob. Like it was like a Bieber like thing. It was crazy. And I was leaving in the car and somebody even ran up to that. So I like slid down the window and she's like, just 3 words to live by. I was like, I never said it before. I'm like, you're gonna die. And then like of course people are like, that's 4 because it's you are gonna die. I'm like, cool, great. I go, but in that moment, she caught, like I figured it out. That's what I believe. That's what I think is gonna happen. I think most of us would agree. Thus, the pressure's on to do shit. Real important question here. The same info that I have actually right now, or, okay, let's say it's about, if everything's the same and I have all my info but I have nothing, I've already won because it's the IP in my head that, right? What I would do is take if I had no money, I'd steal something and then sell it on eBay or Amazon and then use that profit to keep selling. Like I would sell my way to 6 figures and then start. It's kind of the story of my life. It's so funny, it's what I did, right? Like I sold. And then I started realizing, wait a minute, I'm bigger than that. I'm not just a salesperson, I'm an operator. And then I'm like, wait a minute, I'm bigger than that. I'm a culture hacker, attention, I got something, right? So I would kind of play the same playbook. I'd go to my rawest, simplest thing, which is, if I literally had 0, I'd steal something, that's just the truth. or you know what, I hate stealing. I'd probably go to Craigslist and see people putting out shit for free, right? Like just probably walk around neighborhoods if I didn't have a car because I had no money. I'll go really raw, I'll just go to rich neighborhoods and walk around until I see somebody put out something in their garbage that's worth money. I don't know because I haven't had a family tragedy at a scale enough to answer that question. By having them come to you. So what I would do is I would spend a ton of time going to affluent art gatherings or internet places where they hang, and I would listen and listen and listen, try to find patterns of what they actually go for. I would also give away my art to affluent people at scale until the guilt of the free gifts created the leverage that created my first buying customers. This is a difficult question without more context, but I would say, to give an answer, I would say start off by doing 50-50 for just a couple months just to taste the results, but make sure it's obvious to you what the results are. that there's a lot of people out there that like to read and that I want people to hear my shit. Fuck, we should do this again. I mean, this is
This is
like,
really good.
yeah, this is like,
King interview style.
yeah, this is,
That's what you want.
yeah. We need this.
That's the
We
best.
should. This is really. I mean, this podcast. Hey, podcast peeps. This is fucking good, right? Hit me up on Twitter right now and just say it's good. Not even hashtag, but you can do that too. Might help me find a user. It's good. I don't really have that process. You know, like I don't know, poop, shower, check my email.
App Store.
I do, but like I'm like done saying it. Like fucking enough with that. I mean, there's a million ways to build a successful business. You have to sell something. Either you, as a coach, you're either selling your time, you're selling a product, you know, you're selling a service. Like whatever comes more natural to you. Obviously, products are the most scalable because they don't require your time. I vet the people that I work with 100% intuitively, and then I judge on the reality of what happens next. So as quickly as I hire, I'm willing to fire pretty quickly, not as fast, but pretty quickly. One trend that I'm glad is over. I'm glad that it seems that people are no longer using tragedies to build up their following count. In the early days of Twitter, people would say, retweet this and I'll donate $1 to Haiti, or for every follower I get on Twitter, I'll donate $1 to the Manchester massacre. That shit used to drive me batshit crazy, that you needed something as selfish and vain as a follow count for you to do the right thing was the quickest way that I knew that I never wanted to talk to you again. That shit still pisses me off. You know what kind of fuckface you need to be like, hey, there's an earthquake in Haiti. These people are struggling, like this is devastating, but let me get a quick 500 followers on Twitter out of it real quick, and then I'll give $500 to Haiti, you fucking piece of shit.
Even people just writing the hashtag just to get
Anyway,
sympathy.
go ahead. I would give away my apparel free at scale to people that have attention, like influencers on Instagram. I would even be willing to pay them if I had the money. The bigger the influencer, the more likely I'll have to pay. I dominate. It's just fucking true. I mean, I dominate. I got a text for, I say it because I know it's true. What's given me more audacity to say it is a kid was in a meeting at UTA who's a fan, and they were there for other clients who are in, you know, in the, or for UTA or the fund. I don't remember who it was for. I don't know if it's Jessica, Will, or I don't know what it was there for, but they were watching it. Maybe it was just a Propagate meeting. I don't know, but I didn't have that context. But they're like, hey, we're in here watching it, and all these people are like, who the fuck is this dude? He's a fucking star. And they have no vested interest. CAA telling me I crushed it means dick shit to me.
Was it more so just people you brought on, or?
I just wait till have you seen the first episode?
No.
I fucking dominate.
Respect.
Bobby Glennon.
But he's probably hitting no asset.
If you think that you can come in and save the day and the family will give you the air cover and you know what to do, you go help the family business. But those are two massive fucking ifs. Yeah, by the way, on a very serious note, I don't know who takes the lead here if we go through Andy. This could be, actually, no, I'm gonna just give it to you, Sid, because I feel like you can do even more and you're crushing it, but I just like expanding rubber bands. I think this is so ridiculously good, and I think we all know this. We need to do this a lot, but here's what we need to do. I love Reddit, I'm obsessed with Reddit, but there's also a lot of other platforms that are Q&Ing out, whether it's Quora, whether it's like these other media sites that are trying to do it. Get me the State of the Union. By the way, if anybody's watching right now, actually, you know what, fuck you, Sid. If anybody watching a live stream right now, I also don't want to make a bunch of people do the same work. How do I do this? Jake, keep watching right now. If somebody catches your eye on Instagram that really is committed to doing 5 to 15 hours of research against, you know, the state of the union of Q&A on the internet, like where can it be done, what's the right way, like what, give me the landscape of the 47 platforms that are doing it, where's the upside. I want to pick one person, but then I don't want to just get work for free. We're going to fly that person here and they're going to jam with us for a day as well, so we can give way more value than the 5 to 10 hours of research. Your call, Jake Ben-Ruby, on the random, like who's who's going to sell you, Jake Ben-Ruby, on like the person that you believe will actually put the 15 hours of work. And if you want to pick 2 or 3 people, Jake, and then call them, but like I need it, okay? She is the head of what most people consider HR, but we treat HR here as offense versus defense. I think HR in a lot of big organizations is like the people that fucking suck shit and like fire you and like fucking are the holders of the politics and just like really work for the CFO, which means that money trumps everything and this and that. She's the reverse, which is like the good behaviors, the lack of politics, the being the bigger man and woman, all the things that I really give a shit about. She is she's the infrastructure that's built around because she's the person that I intuitively trust the most in the world to do that. Obsessed. Time is the most valuable thing. AI is built on the thesis of saving us time, but the people that try to use it too far and eliminate the human element will lose. I think it's the people that use AI to get us to 3rd and 4th, 5th space and then put the person in a position to close it out. That's where I think the magic upside is. Ironically, if you read the Thank You Economy, a lot of that is played out there 6, 7 years ago. I just didn't have the foresight to understand AI and things of that nature. Not to me, but I'm motivated, but I'm not looking for it, but I think everybody potentially can be a motivation, right? I mean, I think so many people deal with so many adversities on a daily basis that I'm motivated by people who can deal with anybody on earth right now that is positive, that has a terminal illness, is the most inspiring person to me in the world. Every one of them. That's fucking insane. Do you know how amazing that person is? Not from what I've seen, though confidence can be siphoned and then that leads to some variation of it. So I don't know if it's charisma, and everybody defines these things differently, but what I can tell you is I have absolutely watched in the last 20 years, the people that get closest to me siphon my confidence and manifest it in their world, and it's been fascinating for me to watch.
We have 2 more questions.
See, look at fucking Tyler. The confidence to fucking deploy that statement with that gusto. He didn't have that shit 6 months ago. He would have been like, what about 2 more questions?
Just wait for the next 6 months.
What's that?
I said just wait for the next 6 months.
I know. I'll be working for you in 6 months. Did everybody say never like in their heads? That's what I said. Okay, go ahead. They can't. Scratching my intuition. The truth is, I just felt like it was right. It was the right organization. It was one of the right vehicles for me to give back on the thing that I value the most, my time. Most of that had to do with Adam Braun, but it's manifested above and beyond that.
Sweet.
That was fucking awesome.